Richician. Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and I'm doing an updated deck profile on my Elemental Hero deck, like my second favourite deck, and like one of the signature 3, and it did change a little bit since the last profile. I did make changes specifically for the Winner Box tournament, and then changed it back a bit and made one small change in the process, which you'll see. So yeah, let's begin. And I'm just going to shift it over slightly. So yeah, you can just about see Stratos, but unfortunately not Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, which is annoying. Maybe you can see Dark Magician Girl a little bit. Okay, so to start things off, I have a single copy, oh, there we go, of Elemental Hero Neos. In fact, I have a single copy of all the vanilla Elemental Heroes, like Avian, Burstinatrix, Clayman, and Sparkman. And also a single copy of Wildheart, which replaced Blade Edge. That's it for all the originals that I'm running, unfortunately. Like, I wish I could still play Necroshade and Bubble Man and Blade Edge, but I haven't got the room for them anymore, which is annoying. But at least I still have room for these guys, and some of the original fusions. Anyway, following that, I also play a single copy of Honest Neos, 2 copies of Spirit of Neos, then 2 copies of Stratos, Liquid Soldier, 2 copies of Shadow Mist, then 1 Dark Panther, 1 Grand Mole, Crosskeeper. Now, people have said this should be a free of, but to be honest, I just don't have the room for any other copies. And it hardly ever comes up. I don't know if I've really needed any more copies, really. And the last monster is a single copy of King of the Swamp. Yeah, that's it for the monsters. On with the spells. So for the spells, I'm playing Reinforcement of the Army. I mean, it's a warrior deck, so yeah, that's a no-brainer. Then 3 copies of E-Emergency Call, 2 copies of E-Engage Neospace, 2 copies of Instant Contact, and 3 copies of one of my favourite spells ever, Miracle Fusion, and 3 copies of Polymerization, 2 copies of Super Polymerization, Regeki, and Twin Twisters. And yeah, that's it for spells. On with traps. So for the traps, I'm now playing just 1 favourite contact. I did like the idea of playing 2, but the problem is there were situations where I kept seeing it too early in the game with hardly anything to fuse. And I never go through 2 anyway, and if I do, it's just very rare. Shame, really, but I might as well try out 1. And I did put a battle trap back in, Storming Mirror Force. See, I was trying not to rely on battle traps anymore based on how it plays nowadays. Like, yeah, I figured Spirit of Neos would be enough to hold off attacks, but yeah, unfortunately it either doesn't come up or people find annoying ways around it. It's like the Shadow Mosquito or fucking gigantic sprites. So yeah, I put Storming Mirror Force back in. I wanted to put the original Mirror Force back in as well, but I just couldn't think what to drop for it. And then 2 copies of Solemn Strike. That's it for the main deck. On with the Fusion deck. Yes, I said Fusion and not Extra, because like, if you've been following my channel for a while and my Elemental Hero duels and deck profiles, you'll know that I don't play any other extra deck monsters in my Elemental Hero deck. I want to keep it pure fusions and make it as GX old school as possible. Yeah, I'm playing a single copy of Shining Neos Wingman, which is becoming one of my favourite fusions in the game. I still like Shining Flare Wingman more, but Shining Neos Wingman is getting close to its level. Then 1 copy of Nebula Neos, which I figured would make sense because I'm playing Neos, Dark Panther and Grand Mole. And I figured it would be another card to bring out, a good card to bring out through Favourite Contact if I wanted to. Thing is though, I only ever summoned it once so far, and that was it. So I'm actually considering switching it out for a different fusion, considering I'd never go into it that much. Especially if I'm just going to play 1 Favourite Contact now. Not sure which fusion, but I've got some ideas. Then 2 copies of my favourite Elemental Hero, the Shining Flare Wingman. I just don't have the heart to drop it to 1, as it's like, it's still the boss monster of my Elemental Hero deck, even though there's no specific boss monster for this type of deck anyway. But like I keep saying, to me, Shining Flare Wingman is the boss monster of my Elemental Hero deck. I mean, he's my 2nd favourite card in the game and my ace hero. Sure, situations call for Shining Neos Wingman more, but I still want to bring out Shining Flare Wingman if I can. It's more fun anyway. Then a single copy of Thunder Giant and a single copy of Flame Wingman. And I'm also playing Wild Wingman now that I'm playing Wild Heart again. I mean, and it does make sense, because this is another monster that I confuse with Neos to bring out Shining Neos Wingman. So it just gives me more options there. And then, of course, the latest edition, Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. Like an insane fusion monster. I'm sure a lot of you know what he does by now, but if you don't, I will read off the effect anyway. So, its fusion materials are an Elemental Hero fusion monster and 1 or more warrior-type monsters. It must be fusion summoned. Gains 300 attack points for each material used for its summon. This card can make a number of attacks on monsters each battle phase, up to the number of fusion monsters used as material for its summon. After damage calculation, if this card battled a monster, destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. If this fusion summoned card is destroyed, special summon 1 warrior monster from your hand or deck. So yeah, that's pretty damn good, right? But do be careful though, because there is a ruling involving this and favourite contact, in case you didn't know, where if you summon this off favourite contact, you won't get its last effect, because it wasn't fusion summoned. Stupid, I know, but hey, I didn't design the card. Now, rather annoyingly, I have only summoned this card twice, like once in the tournament and once in the latest Rainbow Neos game I had, and rather annoyingly I have not been able to use this card once. As every time I did so far it got stopped in its tracks. Like first time it was by Sky Striker Ace Kana, and then in the other match Nibiru did me in. So fucking annoying. I want to use this card. I want to attack with him and use his effects. I'll get there eventually though. And then of course I'm playing one of each of the original Omni Elemental Heroes. So Great Tornado, Nova Master, The Shining, Absolute Zero, which interestingly enough I didn't summon once in the Winner Box tournament, Escoridal, and Gaia, and of course we can't forget about good old Sunrise. And yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and a comment, share and subscribe if you haven't subbed already. I'm just still trying to decide what to use instead of Nebula Neos. I preferably want to use one of the old school anime Elemental Hero fusions. Just not sure which one yet, but I'll figure it out soon enough. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.